so. Launch day jitters, hearts a drum. Players start to find you, here they come. Recognition finally cheering loud and brightly. Now your name's lit up nightly. But the journey ain't done, now the stakes higher. More to prove, more to lose, but your will's a fire. Through critics and fans, keep playing your hands. Reach for the stars, take a stand. IndieMania, welcome to the big show. Sweat and tears, now you glow. IndieMania, rise up from below. Feel the beat of what you sow. To the big show. Sweat and tears, now you glow. IndieMania, rise up from below. Feel the beat of what you sow. Launch day jitters, hearts a drum. Players start to find you, here they come. Recognition finally cheering loud and brightly. Now your name's lit up nightly. But the journey ain't done, now the stakes higher. More to prove, more to lose, but your will's a fire. Through critics and fans, keep playing your hands. Reach for the stars, take a stand. IndieMania, welcome to the big show. Sweat and tears, now you glow. IndieMania, rise up from the low. Feel the beat of what you sow. Feel the beat of what you sow. Cold in the basement, wires all a mess. Dreams of brighter stages, can't do it less. Grinding through the night, hoping for the light. Just one more level, then I might. Coffee stains on paper, ideas never rest. Friends think you're crazy, but you know you're blessed. Bugging left and right, visions taking flight. Pixels to a story, feeling tired. IndieMania, welcome to the big show. Sweat and tears, now you glow. IndieMania, rise up from below. Feel the beat of what you sow. Launch day jitters, hearts a drum. Players start to find you, here they come. Recognition finally cheering loud and brightly. Now your name's lit up nightly. But the journey ain't done, now the stakes higher. More to prove, more to lose, but your will's a fire. Through critics and fans, keep playing your hands. Reach for the stars, take a stand. IndieMania, welcome to the big show. Sweat and tears, now you glow. IndieMania, rise up from below. Feel the beat of what you sow. To the big show. Sweat and tears, now you glow. IndieMania, rise up from below. Feel the beat of what you sow. Launch day jitters, hearts a drum. Players start to find you, here they come. Recognition finally cheering loud and brightly. Now your name's lit up nightly. But the journey ain't done, now the stakes higher. More to prove, more to lose, but your will's a fire. Through critics and fans, keep playing your hands. Reach for the stars, take a stand. IndieMania, welcome to the big show. Sweat and tears, now you glow. IndieMania, rise up from below. Feel the beat of what you sow. Feel the beat of what you sow.
Welcome to IndieMania 2025. We are live, and it is time, my friends, to be wowed. Time to, you know what? Don't set your expectations extremely high when it comes to What's that game that everybody's been waiting for every single year? That
Silk
kind of
Song.
it's a myth. That's a myth right now. It's that the song. It's a myth. It's a tradition. You have to mention it in the chat so that things can go on. But guess what? It's coming out this year. That's all I can say. It's coming out this year. You'll hear about it very soon. All right. Without further ado, guys, this is IndieMania 2025. I am your host and creator of the show, Mike Odyssey. But this show doesn't come together all by myself. I have my amazing co-host here, Steve Thunderstash Zimmerman. How are you doing, Steve?
Hey, dude, I'm doing awesome. Mike, thanks for having me. I'm just excited to get the show started and, share what we've been building over the last year to spotlight these amazing indie games today.
That's amazing. And of course, you'll catch Paul, the Great Force Network, in the show. He's kind of busy doing interviews and stuff like that. But you know what? This show could have not come together this year without our amazing sponsor, Hyperkin. And we have the amazing honor of being here with the Hyperkin marketing director, Chris. We give everybody names, so I can't just leave you at Chris Carter. Chris, the Great Carter. How are you doing, Chris?
Good. How's it going, IndieMania? Sorry I didn't have a crazy wrestling intro prepared, but I'm doing great. How's IndieMania going?
So, well, right now we're off to a good start because we have you here with us. I mean, it's truly an honor. Thank you so much for supporting indie developers all over the place, because right now it's all about them. You are just kind of cementing yourself and with your legacy as a truly indie company. I want to know about our sponsor, because right now, look, in the mail, I just got these amazing controllers right here. These pixel art controllers, by the way, all of them compatible with Nintendo Switch 2, which is incredible. We got Xbox controller. Look, retro Xbox controller that are truly modern for today's gaming, which is crazy. So if you are the ones that you love the Xbox generation at the beginning, the Duchess. It's called the Duchess. It just reminds me when the Xbox came out, and it's made today. So tell us a little more about Hyperkin.
So here at Hyperkin, we really we started out as a retro hardware and peripheral company.
Mm-hmm.
Our CEO, he absolutely loved retro games, grew up on retro games, and as he grew the company, he's hired just people who are all love retro games.
Yeah.
So that's our foundation. But as we've grown as a company, we've wanted to delve more into modern gaming. So that's why we developed stuff like the Duchess, which is a modern controller, yet it's a love letter to the original, the secondary original Xbox controller, the S controller. We really wanted to just give a love letter to all things retro, as well as indie games, because games like Hollow Knight, they all play well with our pixel art controller. So yeah, that's really what we wanted to do is make a love letter to both retro, indie, and modern gaming.
That's amazing. And talking about the pixel art, this is my go-to controller. Look at this. Steve can tell you. See, what do you think about these controllers?
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love it. Who doesn't love Kool-Aid? Grew up on it. Grew up collecting the Kool-Aid points and looking through the catalog back in the day to see what you could get. So very cool. This is very nostalgic, and I love that it's a transparent red. Gives me that fantastic vibe.
Thank you. Yeah, that's kind of going back to our retro roots of just we really try to invoke that childhood feel, whether it be like partnering with Kool-Aid, Captain Crunch, your childhood breakfast, your childhood summer drink. That's really what we wanted to try and embody. So and then also just the transparent, translucent colors of the 90s. Growing up, I had the translucent N64. I had a translucent Game Boy. I had all of it. Like, so if you really look at like a lot of our products, we really, really, really stuck with that translucent appeal, because it doesn't seem like really anybody's making translucent anything anymore. And we're like, we have to do that. We have to keep up with the translucent. And we also wanted to give everybody just like a modern way to play retro games.
Yeah.
It's really hard now. Like, yeah, you can buy a bunch of converters, you can buy a bunch of adapters, and there are some really, really nice adapters that make these games look fantastic, but none of them are as simple as plug and play. And not a lot of people still have CRT TVs. So we wanted to make retro more accessible, so you can relive that childhood dream, that childhood nostalgia, without having to break the bank or break your back trying to carry a CRT around.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, and speaking about bringing retro back, I mean, they sent me this. I'm so excited about this. It's called the Retron 5. I mean, I want you guys to look at this. This is incredible. This is a Game Boy Advance, a Super Nintendo, an NES, a Sega Genesis, and a Famicom system all at once, physical. So if you own the physical version of these games, you could play on the Retron 5 by Hyperkin, which is crazy. You know what? It motivates me to I want to go to my flea market and go hunting for video games, the physical versions, just so that I can play them all on the Retron 5. So how did you guys come up with that, and what inspired you to create this amazing console?
So that one, I'm not gonna lie, that was made like way before my time. But the idea behind it was to just make an all-in-one console. You know, I myself have a really large retro collection, and having all the original consoles is cool, but trying to hook them up, play them, you know, when I'm in a Genesis mood and want to play a Genesis game, but then I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm going to play Super Nintendo or I want to play Game Boy. Can be a pain, and having to plug all those consoles in or unplugging, replugging. So we just wanted to make an all-in-one solution. And we also wanted to make a solution for, because Japanese games are really accessible, where you don't even really need to know Japanese to play them, like games like Gradius and stuff. But we also have, as Thunderstash had pointed out earlier before we started the show, you can do translation patches onto Japanese games. Wow. So right now the retro market is booming, and a lot of these games are getting like more and more expensive. But the Japanese counterparts are relatively inexpensive. So that's what one of the big things we wanted to make a universal console to play games from any region, in any language, and it be accessible to everybody.
That's just fantastic. And I mean, guys, if you love retro, if you love physical, that is the perfect combination. Hyperkin.com is a place to be. They have an amazing line of accessories, and their lineup, basically, they have new accessories for Switch 2 as well. So if you just bought your Nintendo Switch 2, that's a great place to go to get accessories. These controllers right here, these amazing, like pixel art controllers, as you can see here, I do have my, where's my Kool-Aid go? My Kool-Aid went somewhere, but my Kool-Aid controller is my go-to controller to play NSO games online for Super Nintendo, for NES, and even for other games, because it has everything you need to play any game whatsoever. And they're compatible with Switch 2 as well, so go and pick yours up today. Thank you so much, Chris. Once more time, thank you so much, Hyperkin, for sponsoring this showcase. And on behalf of all of the developers that we are about to showcase today, thank you so much for your support. Again, guys, the IndieMania Game of the Year award includes a custom-made Hyperkin controller in the theme of the winning game for the award ceremony. So, and we're gonna see Chris with his tux and everything back there, in a suitcase, and some I think a handcuff right? The handcuff to the suitcase and arriving in a helicopter. I'm making everything like a video game.
I'm gonna ride in on a shark.
So thank you so much for being with us, Chris, and thank you once again, Hyperkin, for sponsoring this show. And I cannot wait to show you guys what we have in store. But before we got two more things to show before we enter the amazing show, and it's a sit down with amazing developers. I'm gonna go ahead and send it over to Paul Gale Network right now, who is sitting down with none other than Way Forward Studios. Let's go ahead and go over and send it over to Paul.
Hey, this is Paul Gale Network with IndieMania 2025. I am here at Way Forward Studios with Voldy, Matt, and Adam. How are y'all doing today?
Great.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, doing great.
Thank you so much for being a part of IndieMania. It was a pleasure having you on board last year at the first IndieMania, and I'm looking forward to today's interview. Let's start this thing off with asking Matt a question. You know, directing Shantae Advance and Sigma Star Saga DX must have felt like juggling two different universes simultaneously. What's one unexpected skill or habit you've developed to keep both projects' distinct energies in check, and did it influence your daily life at all?
Yeah, well, thankfully it wasn't too much juggling because the one Shantae Advance was mostly done. It was done. My work on it was mostly done, and it was in QA before I got too deep into Sigma Star Saga. So Sigma Star Saga DX. So but both of them are interesting because they're both these like time capsule games. So going back and working on with Mike Straggy, the original programmer of our GBA tech, and the Shantae Advance programmer, we got to work together, go back, reopen our code. Well, his code. I don't program anything.
Yeah.
More art side. But I have a pretty easy time keeping different universes of different fictional things separate to me because the characters kind of, I don't know, for me, they sort of live outside of the game world, so I can sort of keep those distinct. But yeah, I think if anything, I was more familiar with Shantae. Shantae's been like nonstop for the most part for all of this time for 20 years. Sigma Star Saga was one moment in time and then sort of put aside, and then I don't typically go back to it. I don't revisit those characters for any reason, So I kind of had to go back and get reacquainted, like what was going on with these characters at that. Why were they written the way? I mean, you probably remember some of the things
20 years ago.
Yeah, it's like, well, what were we watching? What was on TV? What were we reading? What movies were out? What influenced these characters to become the characters that they are? Because they weren't just spawned out of nothing. They kind of are a product of their day. So that was a little bit challenging. So I guess that's it. One of them had to get the whole characters and their existence brought back up to speed. The other ones I was familiar with because it's like the characters I feel like I get to work with every day.
Oh, that's cool.
Right.
Voldy, for Way Forward's 35th anniversary, it's a huge deal. And I'm proud of you all, and I'm excited to see what you have going forward. Looking back, what's one game or project from the early days that you think deserves a modern revival like Sigma Star Saga DX, and why would it resonate with today's gamer?
Just one game? I would like all of them.
All right,
Name a few.
Pick a dozen.
Okay, so do you mean like ones that would also get a physical re-release, like a physical GBA cart, or just a modern console port?
I like the idea of you answering both questions because physical is pretty awesome, but yeah, let's go with both.
Okay, well, one that we actually get quite a lot of people asking about is Wendy Every Which Way with Wendy the Witch.
Game Boy Color.
Yeah, that was Game Boy Color. So that one would have to be on the list. But one of my personal favorites is Godzilla Domination for GBA, and then another, I guess, lesser known gem is the Justice League Flash game that Adam directed.
That's a good game.
It was really good, and I
was a
feel
fun
like
one.
it wasn't as widely recognized. I'm not sure why. Like it wasn't, but anyway, that would be a good one. But if I had to pick just one, I'd probably go with Godzilla Domination because I remember we spent a lot of time getting the multiplayer working, and used the link cable. And I don't have any stats on this, but I would imagine that it's kind of a hassle to set up. I think it probably didn't get played in a multiplayer setting as much as it should have.
Deserve to.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I mean, for the GBA cart re-release, that would still be the case. But for the modern console port, all consoles now support multiplayer with no problem. So I think I'd like to see that one if I had to pick just one.
Easier to see your creative vision realized thanks to modern tech.
Oh, well, okay. One thing I should add, I know you didn't ask this, but I would love to do.
And that's it for the interview. You're going to have to watch the entire interview right after the show. That's just a little bit of a teaser because, they have an amazing interview, Paul and the Way Forward crew. I watched the interview. It's incredible. It'll be available right after the show, and you do not want to miss that. That answer that Voldy was just about to talk about, you don't want to miss that either. It was amazing. Thank you so much to Way Forward, and shout out to Way Forward, who is in the chat right now with us during this live pre-show. Now, we have one more interview here, one more sit-down that we just had, and I think I'm going to go ahead and send to Steve. Steve, who did you sit down with, and what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, actually, I had the pleasure of sitting down with Justin Silverman, the creative director at Retroware, to just talk about his fascinating career and the incredible work they're doing in retro modern gaming.
Wow. Let's go ahead and go over to that interview right now.
Welcome, Justin Silverman, to the IndieMania pre-show. And we have some great interview questions we're going to go over with you today. And I read these questions before, and I got to say that it's very interesting. So I can't wait to actually hear your answers for all of these questions.
Sure.
So I'll kick it off. And your journey from NFL films, which again, that was surprising, to creating indie games with Screenwave Media is quite the leap. What sparked your transition from editing sports footage to diving into the wild world of indie game development?
Yeah, I mean, I went to school for 3D animation like 20 years ago, and while I was in school, I just fell more in love with doing film stuff and editing and that sort of, because I was always the guy in my crew when we were doing like Jackass style videos in high school where I'd be filming and editing and doing all that. So I wanted to, I guess keep doing that. I got an internship at NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. I was at Rutgers in New Jersey, so close enough, and got that internship. They brought me on full-time as an assistant editor, and then after the financial strains of the 2008-2009, they eventually let go of all their freelancer types and rearranged and stuff. So I pivoted to doing like graphic design stuff, but this whole time, I've known James Rolfe since film school. I was doing my own YouTube show on the side. I just kind of threw all my energy at the YouTube stuff, which led getting linked up with Screenwave Media, working there as, doing the MCN YouTube thing. And when they started doing games and eventually put Retroware together, and now I'm kind of in charge of the marketing and a lot of the creative stuff here, it was just kind of like 1, 2, 3. But I think some of the things I learned when working with the NFL and it being this big corporation and dealing with clients and things that we tend to deal with in this community and different events and stuff like that, it kind of works. I'm good never having to watch a football game again because, every Sunday I have to watch every single one or edit them or whatever. But during that time, I got to do some other stuff too. Like I edited a Jason Statham movie back then. NFL Films is more of a production house in it, because they need to do stuff when there's no football season. So I did a lot when I was there and learned a lot. So, and some of those things I still bring to this day because I still try and edit some of our YouTube content and try and keep sharp on that. Or when I was producing Cinemassacre and AVGN, stuff like that. So, it's been 20 years, but I guess I've jumped a few or 5 places. But, it's been a good time.
Right. So, at Screenwave Media, of course, you wear many hats: creative director, producer, and even actor in projects like The Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah.
So what's the most unexpected skill you've picked up while juggling all of these roles?
Unexpected skill. I think most of my skills, even though I can edit and act kind of and produce and all these other things, I think mostly the soft skills and the people skills and making friends and all that kind of stuff, and getting to all the events and being in the community for like 15, 20 years is probably the most important thing. I wouldn't say anything surprising, but I definitely work as much as possible. But I also don't really see it as work either. Like a few days ago, I was in Pittsburgh at Mega Cat Studios. They're helping us make the new AVGN game. They said, "How many hours do you work a day?" I'm like, "I don't really log them, but it's probably like a lot. But it's pretty stress free and it's fun and entertaining for me. And most things, roll off my back anyway. So it's not too crazy, but." I guess that's the other thing is just how you handle stress, and if you want to even call it that, is probably the most important skill you can have or learn, or what I brought into every project that I work on.
So your YouTube channels, Underbelly and Silvermania, they have a cult following for their quirky game content. What's the weirdest or most memorable fan interaction you've had that sort of sums up the vibe of your community?
And to catch the answer for that amazing question, you're going to have to tune in after the IndieMania show, because I'm telling you, man, this is one of my favorite interviews out there. Steve, amazing work with this interview. And guys, you want to catch this interview in its entirety right after the show. So these both amazing interviews with Way Forward and with the one with Justin Silverman will be available on the IndieMania YouTube channel after the show in its entirety. So you'll have a lot of content to sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, get a drink, and enjoy these amazing interviews. My friends, it is now time. It is now time to change the game. But before we change the game, I want to propose something out there, because right now, what we're doing in this show, we are here in front of the camera, and we're kind of like the face of IndieMania, but the heart of IndieMania is every single developer here today. We have developers from all walks of life, people introducing their very first game, developers waiting years to introduce their games to a platform. We have developers who have their trailers for years with little views on YouTube or on X and have never been part of a showcase like this, and they're introducing their show and their games for the first time here. I want to propose something. And if you are an indie game showrunner, I am proposing something. And I wasn't going to say this, but I want to say it now. Next year, let's do IndieMania Week, where we put together not just one showcase, but many showcases from different showcase runners out there, and create an event entirely focused around indie games. Because right now there are many showcases out there. There's many showcases out there. They're all doing their own thing. But did you know that there's strength in unity? And I'm not just talking about the software you use to create your games. There is strength in unity. So I am proposing that we come together maybe next summer and we bring all of these showcases back to back in an IndieMania Week celebration. We'll kick off the showcase with our maybe 30 to 40 minute showcase. Then after the next day, we have another one. Then our own very Summer Game Fest, shout out to Jeff Keighley, but dedicated around indie gaming. And not only that, but with the IndieMania Championship belt surrounding the event, where any of these developers and any of these showcases can take the belt home. If you are a showrunner, reach out. Let's talk. Because it's time to change the game. Do you agree, Steve?
Absolutely. I'm ready. I think it's game time, man.
It's game time. Without further ado, I present to you IndieMania 2025, brought to you by Hyperkin. Let's game.
Developers have transformed gaming. Their bold ideas forging masterpieces that inspire the world. Today, we honor that legacy, ready to elevate indie gaming to new heights. Their vision, resilience, and creativity have led us here, where indie gaming stands as a pillar to innovation.
I'm Paul Gale, and we're amplifying their legacy with a revolution that shakes the industry. IndieMania is here to honor the indie giants who have reshaped gaming. Let's celebrate these creators.
The indie spirit's unstoppable, and we're showcasing their brilliance. I'm Steve Zimmerman, rallying behind these developers to redefine gaming's future. Join the uprising. Let's go.
I'm Mike Odyssey, and this is IndieMania 2025, brought to you by Hyperkin. Let's game.
In a world where pixel power is overshadowed by billion-dollar budgets, 3 rebels have done the unthinkable. Mike Odyssey, Paul Gale, Steve Zimmerman. They didn't just start a podcast. They digitized themselves and jacked into the system. Their mission: infiltrate the gaming establishment, unlock the vaults, and set free the greatest indie games the world has never seen. Armed with nothing but passion, a few lines of sketchy code, and questionable snacks. They've got 2 hours to break through the firewalls of mediocrity and ignite a revolution, one trailer at a time, and somewhere deep in the code, a legendary artifact awaits. The IndieMania Game of the Year Championship belt. Its power, unknown. Its destiny, undeniable. This is IndieMania, brought to you by Hyperkin. Okay, I read the script. Now, who's in charge of my paycheck? I was promised a lifetime access to the snack vault and a Hyperkin mug. Mike, where's my mug, Mike? Also, pretty sure digitizing yourself voids your health insurance.
Paul, Steve, are we in yet?
Almost, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, we're almost in, and now.
All right. Wait. Where are we? This is not the mainframe.
Looks like CRTVs. Did we hijack the airways?
Oh shoot, my bad guys. I entered XY square B.
Wait, did you say B? Steve, it's square E. Sorry folks, we're a bit off right now, but hey, I found this digital file here. It's called Lord of Ravage by developer Synthetic Domain. Releasing it now.
They told us strength was never to be ours. That we must abandon the gods. They told us to embrace our fate. But only a fool refuses a divine blessing. Only a fool would let slip the reins of their destiny. Too long have I listened to what they tell us. Now I shall speak. Now the gods shall speak.
Sorry, guys, it was supposed to lead us on a bigger stage, but code BIGN5925 bailed on us. But I did find this digital file. It's called Ungaland by Mev Studio, releasing it now.
I found these files, but the system's shaky, Mike. Pushing through.
Go ahead, release them.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. It's me, Nick Lives, from Night Signal Entertainment. And our next game that we're working on with Gray Alien Games is called Forbidden Solitaire. It's a dark, FMV-inspired dungeon solitaire game. It's a very scary game, so tell your children to leave the room now before this trailer plays. Now enjoy the trailer for Forbidden Solitaire.
From the creators of Ancient Enemy and Home Safety Hotline,
gathered in protest of a controversial new video game,
comes a state-of-the-art scene.
Another strange death was reported.
A ROM experience.
No reason for it to be this violent. It's f***ing solitaire.
Forbidden Solitaire.
No!
Join us over the airwaves to discover an unusual event in Spain which occurred in the village of Solana de Calatrava.
My God, my head. Did I faint? I don't remember changing my clothes.
His front door and all the windows of his house had been sealed up with concrete. Someone had placed strange riddles in every room and had left instructions that by solving them, he could escape from his confinement.
What is all this madness? Am I dreaming?
But he wasn't alone at home, for he was accompanied by a strange entity who wouldn't stop chasing him. This is how Marcus's diaries describe his agony during 8 long weeks, until his death. Not from starvation, but from intense gut terror.
And in fact, if I were you, I wouldn't bother trying to get out of here. 。
Wait. Oh, okay. This is not the mainframe. Update, Paul.
Rerouting. We're in an arcade database glitching machines.
Whoa, I found this digital file. It's called Paper Clay by developer YCat.
Check, where are we? I know, right? It's huge!
Whoa. Nugget, look at this.
I can get used to this adventure.
Oh, visitors! How thrilling!
My. What do we have here? Are you lost?
This is our chance, Nugget. The smell of adventure is in the air. Let's go!
Look, Toto! A flying ship! It's a flying ship! I told you! I knew I wasn't crazy!
Wow, nice find, Steve. How about we flood the entire arcade? Release them all.
How can one describe eternal punishment? Has its true essence been captured? You shall finally shape it as you wish. That's my task to you. To unleash your darkest imaginings and bring your creations to life. Seal your pacts with caution. Hedonists, nihilists, all sinners will belong to your canvas infernum.
Hi there, my name is Quiver.
My name's The Motive Guy.
And we're two teenage video game developers from the UK developing a unique and comedic turn-based RPG called Stone.
We would like to give a huge thank you to IndieMania for hosting us this summer and allowing us to show off our game.
Stone is inspired by many critically acclaimed RPGs that have come before us, such as Undertale, Deltarune, South Park The Stick of Truth, and One Shot. It's about three stoners who gain magical powers from the soul of an ancient cosmic wizard and find out that they have a huge part in a prophecy to resurrect the wizard so that he can bring eternal peace to Earth. However, since our heroes are too lazy to put in the time and effort in order to do that, they instead decide to go on an adventure to collect three magical stones that can be used in a ritual to remove the soul from their bodies, and along the way shenanigans will ensue.
Our goal with Stone is to create a game with an absurd but surprisingly emotional story, as well as unique turn-based battle mechanics to avoid the monotony and luck-based nature of traditional turn-based RPGs.
We and our team have been working on this game for 8 months now, as well as having to balance this and academic responsibilities and exams.
Our entire team have put a lot of time and effort into this project to deliver the best game we can. We hope that you'll enjoy playing it as much as we enjoyed making it.
Without further ado, we hope you enjoyed this first and unique look at the gameplay and world of Stone, and thank you IndieMania for having us.
visages. Oh, Steve, by any chance do you know how to remove static from clothing? This is nuts.
All right, it looks like we're gaining ground, friends. Steve, where are we?
Guys, we're at a rental store, and I'm like being flooded with memories right now.
Decrypted files, Mike, including this digital file. It's Void Martyrs by Mac and Cheese Games.
May the Lord protect me from the evil within. Sacred duty, guide my way. God, protect me. Shall tread where angels fell.
Batman is a point-and-click inspired beat-em-up game that's focusing heavily on the narratives, set in the 1920s here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, where we are based. You play as Bruce McKenzie, a henchman for the local bootlegging kingpin. On the day of your return to the town after 2 years of absence, your boss gets killed.
Bruce must navigate his city and meet the various people who live throughout it in order to uncover the identity of his boss's murderer. He has help from a nosy reporter in town and a seemingly out of work, formerly famous actress, and a handful of other colorful folks.
Navigate the treacherous political, socioeconomic strata of the town, and all of that is done through a sort of noir comic lens in the sort of clear line style of the Belgian and French comics from the 20s and 30s.
The unique part about this is the blending of that adventure style game and a beat 'em up, which is more fast-paced, very action-oriented. People who grew up on point-and-click games, adventure games, will feel right at home with exploring the town, finding your own way through it, not being guided through the story, but having to think about what to do next, how to tackle next. That beat 'em up style gameplay appears from time to time to break up the walking around and exploring.
The more that we learned about Halifax, the more we learned about the history and sort of dug through the various stories, pretty much every block was rife with high drama of some form. exciting tales of triumph or some form of corruption. Halifax as a city appeared to be the medium through which powerful entities exerted their power.
The comic style, the clear line style, we've got a lot of artist inspiration that we've been drawing on for the visual style of the game, from Herge, Yves Chaland, Ted Benoit, Floch. Jack Mosley is the Smiling Jack artist. Fletcher Hanks in there. I love the underground stuff. But we've been sort of trying to find the through line for all of that. A big part of it is the color. I'm a big proponent of bright, colorful stuff. I'm not a fan of too much grittiness or gray steel sort of wash that a lot of games sometimes get. I feel like when you walk down the street in Button Man, things are moving, it feels lively. Get on my soapbox to advocate for cartoons. I think cartoons are good. I think they're important. Is attempting to showcase what I think a good cartoon does, which is the real world through a little bit simpler of a lens, but that doesn't make it any less complicated.
That art style really let us capture that, Halifax is a very vibrant town, it's a very colorful town. So it needed that edge with the art style. As we found the style, this game started becoming less about just being a noir detective, gritty story, and more about a period piece.
We're sitting on a fertile ground in this city that we're living. Wow, we could actually tell a story about the city as a character almost.
This is a love letter for myself to the city. This is a place that accepted me, a place that I found a home in. This is a place that means a lot to me. And I hope that whoever plays it, whether they come to experience Halifax as fictional as we make it, it is still the heart of Halifax inside it. And I hope people can really, really feel it when they play.
They're coming! They're coming! Alien, spotted! Mayday! Mayday!
Commander, your squad has failed the objective. Mace commanders do not fail. Commencing redeployment. Initial assets will be limited. Success depends on how well you develop and adapt them. Issue your commands. They will interpret them to the best of their limited understanding. They are humans, after all. Do not be alarmed by their screams for help. All casualties are deemed acceptable, as long as the objective is successful. At the end of the day, if they perish, you can always start anew, better prepared and more experienced than before.
I don't want to die like this.
Well, I just stumbled upon some inspiring finds. Let's honor them. I'll release them.
My name is Samir Ahmed. I built a life here. A home. A family. A cafe filled with stories and warmth. In this city, I had everything I ever dreamed of. Until one morning, everything changed. And nothing was ever the same again.
All right, guys, we are close. Paul, break it.
Got it, Mike. A mainframe. Upgraded systems. This digital file is Daruga by Shinvok Art Vision.
More files coming, guys. This is action-packed.
this. And we synchronized. Fear me, and then you will die.
All right, guys, let's crash their defenses.
Hi, IndieMania. It's Amber Scott with Only by Midnight. Last year, we showed you our announcement trailer for Control Alt Deal. This year, we're back with an exclusive look at a new area we've designed for the game, the intermission. In Control Alt Deal, you play as the sentient AI Scout who's trying to escape from an evil megacorp. In order to escape, you have to spy on humans, make deals with them, and try to win them to your cause. If you make enough deals with the right humans, maybe you can escape from this place. After each scenario is completed, you now go to a special area called the intermission, where you get to talk to different humans and decide which mission you'll undertake next. Here in the intermission, humans will appear on the floating cyber ocean and make their case to you. Each one has a particular mission that they think is really important and they want Scouts' help with. It's up to you to talk to each of the humans, decide who you want to help, maybe who will be the most effective ally for you. You can also talk to gatekeepers that you've previously recruited. Maybe some of them will have useful things to say, or even offer you special powers that can help you in your quest to escape from Paperclip. We're looking to launch Control Alt Deal this summer with an official launch date coming soon. We'll be releasing on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. Thanks so much for watching and enjoy IndieMania.
Hey everyone, Eric of the Matte Black Studio here. Thank you very much for watching this Lucid trailer. Lucid is a game that I've been making for a while now, and it's inspired by the games I've played growing up. Games like Super Metroid, Mega Man X, and A Legend of Zelda, with some modern classics as well, such as Celeste and Hollow Knight. If Lucid looks like a game that you'd like to play, please consider supporting this small indie dev by adding Lucid to your Steam wishlist today. It would mean the absolute world to me. Thank you so much, and have a good one.
Hold it right there, rebels. Before we breach the next data vault and unleash more pixel-powered mayhem, we've got a mandatory segment from our overlords. Our super-duper, incredibly generous show and giveaway sponsors. Yeah, that should fix it. Nailed it. These legends help keep the Resistance running, fueling our snacks, our servers, and Paul's weekly RGB light show. So sit back, charge your Hyperkin controllers, and enjoy this very important, totally not forced, mid-show moment of gratitude. It's Sponsor Side Stories.
So you're really into video games and want to be a real world warrior, huh? You think you have what it takes to train hard like your favorite characters. You know, the journey may start off in a simple crawl, but these trials and tribulations come with all sorts of unexpected twists and turns, like thorns, sharp rocks, and, all sorts of other bugs and critters and stuff. However, just maybe you'll be able to reach the summit and pull off your very own Shoryuken! Or maybe you'll snap back into reality and realize that Udon Entertainment has got you covered. You don't have to climb a mountain like this guy did. Instead, just follow IndieMania on YouTube and X so you can be entered in to win one of 20 sweet prizes. Thanks Eric Co and all at Udon for hooking us up.
Welcome to the world of Figgyz fun, double-sided. There's more than one, no shelf space, no worries here. Stick 'em anywhere, far or near. Figgyz magic all around. Collect and share joy on them. Gold, silver, bronze, to chase the light. Hidden treasure shining bright. Scan the QR, log each find. Every piece is one of a kind. Figgyz points and prizes too. A world of wonder, all brand new. Figgyz magic all around. The app reveals what's lost and found. Feel your pieces, see what's missed. Build your dream, complete the list. Figgyz joy with every piece. Figgyz magic all around.
Hold on, friends. X, Y, dash, dash, square, E. Yes! We're in the mother base. Guys, we're in the mother base.
Control area secured. That huge screen is ours.
All right, any transmissions, Paul?
Incoming transmission. Nintendo Prime, Nate, you are live.
Hey everyone, I'm Nintendo Prime, and let's just be honest, you're not here to see me. You're actually here to see this next big game coming out. You guys know I love The Legend of Zelda, and if you don't know that, well, guess what? I do. You can see the Master Sword back there. No, I'm actually here to introduce a new game by Stone Lab Games called Ethra. If you love action RPGs, action-adventure RPGs, open-world action-adventure RPGs, you're going to want to check this game out. So, you know, I think it's just time that we feel the power!
Amazing work. All right, it's time to dominate. Let's release more.
My name is Baby Cat. They call me that because I am a baby cat. I want to be a superhero when I grow up. But they say I will never grow up because they, did science on me. But it's fine because they gave me a super duper robot. It has rockets and guns that go brrr and boom boom boom. I played with it a lot with my friends in the lab. One day, they told me to wait for new friends to come and play. I was lonely and bored for a long time. Then new friends finally came and they were cats like me. We had so much fun. They were like swoosh and zzz, and I was da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da until I got really tired. They told me I can go with them if I want to play more and learn how to be a good cat. I don't know what they mean. I already know how to destroy things.
How does one survive in a strange world? By becoming stranger. In Strange Seed, master your bizarre surroundings by defeating enemies, gobbling them up, and using their DNA to evolve. The possibilities are practically endless. Water attacks! Gas attacks? And what is that? A constant conjuring of curious combinations. Not quite heavy enough to push that button, eh? Nothing a tortoiseshell can't fix. In fact, there are loads of puzzles and problems throughout Strange Seed. Solving these puzzles will take creativity, determination, and more than a healthy dose of biogenetic engineering. Take to the skies, face off against formidable enemies, and earn upgrades by playing minigames. But there is far more to the world of Strange Seed than can be covered in one measly trailer. So much to explore, collect, and overcome. Immerse yourself in the ever-changing world of Strange Seed.
Imaginação nos leva, com a coragem tudo podemos conseguir. Sinta as emoções que passam por tantas gerações. Há muitas lendas que iremos descobrir. No universo desconhecido, um brilho intenso a nos guiar. Na rica fauna e vasta terra iremos lá. Um sonho que se desfez, poderemos juntos sim retomar. A jornada começou na imensidão do céu azul. Dê um passo de cada vez, poderemos juntos sim avançar. A jornada começou na Bagdad, um mundo novo a explorar.
All right, friends. I am in the command hub, and I'll stay right here while Paul and Steve gather out to find more files. I'll release these files I just found while I wait for Paul and Steve to gather more.
خيرا فرسي با آخری میرا لیشکار آهان بهار کنک سنترا کانا توهان بهار و کدا حسن نام توهان حشرات من کداس شازان میرا انتقام هر توهان
Hello everyone, my name is Asha and I work as the art director at Yaza Games. Nice to meet you. Today I want to show you the work on our upcoming game, Scriptorium, Master of Manuscripts.
Hello, I'm Anna. At Yaza Games I'm a game designer. In our game, you will run your own medieval workshop. You will receive orders to illustrate medieval books, and it will be up to you to decorate them any way you like. Send them back to clients to get paid and unlock new jobs, decorations and items.
Now that you know a bit about our game, let us show you how we're making it.
We strive to include as many elements as possible in the game, allowing players to create truly unique manuscripts. We do a lot of research on real medieval manuscripts, drawing inspiration from their rich history for our game. Every illustration is drawn from scratch, carefully adapted to fit our game's distinctive style, characterized by bold line art and a touch of playful, cartoonish mischief.
Thank you so much for watching and spending that little bit of time with us. We love the medieval ages and manuscripts as an art form, and I hope that after seeing this video, you will love it just a little bit more too.
And if our game has piqued your interest, you can find Scriptorium Master of Manuscripts on Steam and add it to your wishlist.
Bye!
That's gloomy. Always looking for something to play with and chasing fireflies. Nina, she was different. I'd known that since the day she arrived. She was investigating the son's disappearance. She wanted to find him. There are other stories I could tell about those days. But this is the one people need to hear. These children didn't know they would rattle the world.
Finally, Ippo Marathon has returned!
chaos, more madness. All new marathons. Build from the ground up and improved in every way. Spectators drop the banana. Nippon Marathon 2! 大丈夫! You should always be careful when crossing the road.
He was not born noble. He was not meant to be a knight. From doubt to destiny, cast into a war of steel and faith, he will rise. From a shepherd boy to a knight, to a Templar legend.
Call Steve. Status.
I'm in the tower. We have Arms of God by developer Dark J Studio. All clear.
Hi, I'm Dominique Suika, solo developer at Dark J Studio, and this is Arms of God, a dark futuristic medieval auto shooter with satisfying gory vibe. In Arms of God you wield 5 weapons at once and plunge into the depths of hell to stop the apocalypse. As the last warrior of Ancient Order, you will unlock active abilities, develop your skill tree, and combine weapons with powerful upgrades. Your mission is to repeal the Sacred Order and fight back against endless hordes of demons. The game combines the green tone of Doom, Diablo, and Warhammer 40k with fast-paced gameplay in the style of Rotator, elevated by deeper mechanics and a narrative layer. The game features roguelike elements like permadeath and the ability to unlock permanent upgrades after each attempt. One of the most important systems is meta progression. The game is divided into 4 acts. At the end of each act, you fight a boss and unlock a new building within the hub, the Cathedral. When it comes to combat, it works on 2 interconnected levels. First, you build your character by choosing up to 5 weapons to wield simultaneously. What makes Arms of God unique is the weapon upgrade system. Instead of simply leveling up a weapon, you can sacrifice one to empower another. It creates a massive number of potential build and synergies, giving you a ton of freedom in how you approach each run. Second, aside from your personal arsenal, you carry the Crux, a sacred cross-shaped weapon forged to annihilate demons. Within its aura, the Crux can either empower you or destroy enemies outright. You choose whether to upgrade the Crux and develop its own skill tree, or focus on yourself and the weapons you carry. The story in Arms of God is told from the perspective of a Templar, unwavering in faith, carrying a sacred cross weapon forged to destroy demons. The story unfolds through the environment divided into 4 acts. Each level reveals a new part of the journey, from the ruined city to the cathedral and its catacombs, and eventually into the depths of hell. Arms of God is about faith, destruction, and the price of blind obedience. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please wish this Arms of God on Steam.
Data Vault here. Winnie's Hole by developer Helping Hand.
He makes decisions best he can. Sometimes he needs a helping hand. Or 2 or 3, this is our plan. To build him strong, extend lifespan. He is our host. We live inside. A virus-spreading, helping guide. Placing shapes to spread infection. Strategize with your direction. Collect cells to grow mutations. Test our vessels' limitations. When our host is under threat, a virus does what it does best. Survival is our prime objective. Send the brain a new directive. Each turn deals a board of actions. Place your block shapes, cause reactions. Underneath, we're still the same. We feel the pain of others' shame. And sometimes we must learn to be the monster that's inside of me.
Guys, we got an incoming transmission. Should I patch it through?
Great. Patch him through. Kidding, Krista? You're live.
Hello, IndieMania! We are always looking for ways to test, destroy our friendship. So we are so excited today to introduce the game Room Battle.
Yes, this is a party fighting game where you control robot vacuums.
Yes.
And I don't know about you, but I'm strangely fascinated by robot vacuums. And when I watch these things go, sometimes the thought does cross my mind, I'd like to see these things fight.
And you can
Great.
in Room Battle.
Perfect.
So you can basically equip your robot vacuum with sharp objects, and you are battling to see who can control their balloons, who can keep their balloons from getting destroyed. Wow, that sounds like
Yes,
fun.
it's for up to 6 players, so it's a wonderful multiplayer
Yes.
game, and it's packed with so many different modes and all these great mini games as well. So
Yeah.
you're really doing anything you could possibly imagine battling with a robot vacuum. Wow.
There you go. So meet up with your friends, customize your vacuum, and get ready to battle. Roll the trailer right now, Mike. Let's go!
Did I ever tell you the story of how this city came to be? Sit down, friend, and listen close. It's a tale worth hearing from me. It began as a patch of land, nothing more. But oh, how we built, brick by brick, field by field. We shaped this place. From the earth, we pulled not just walls, but a sanctuary. And we did not merely survive. We gathered in feast. We raised our voices to the heavens. We honored the old ways and forged new bonds as one. Yet life here bore its share of trials, against bandits, beasts, and betrayal. We held our ground. For every soul, for every inch, our courage knew no bounds. No blight could starve us, no fire consume us. Winter's icy hand sought to break us, yet still we endured. And now, we bask in what we've built. This is no longer a dream. This is our home.
Hyperkin versi pa'achari miralishkar ahan bahar kunak sentra kana tohan bahar wakadaha sanam tohan hasharat mankadas shazan mira intikam partohan.
This is a factory in Modulus. Here, we're producing blue cores. Let's see how we got here. This facility was built out of these 3 modules, which were joined, stamped, and dyed with pigment produced here in our blue pigment refinery, which was constructed from these modules, made by combining these modules, cut from cubes, which were melted from polyrock, extracted here.
Hi everybody! You just saw the latest trailer for Royalty Free For All, a hand-drawn cartoon smash-up starring fresh takes on iconic characters, stages, and music from the public domain. We're taking a new approach to the party-brawling genre, introducing simplified controls that make it easier to follow than ever for those times in your life when you want to show a child, parent, grandparent, or special someone how to play your favorite games. Or maybe you think crossover fighters look smashing, but find it intimidating to enter an arena with players of over 20 years experience. Either way, Royalty Free For All is the perfect place to start. And there's plenty of excitement for genre veterans. Getting good still requires quick fingers and quicker thinking. Plus, we're canonizing techniques like wave dashing, with goofy animations and easy-to-learn controls. Not to mention rollback netcode in online quick play and private lobbies. We are hard at work putting a Kickstarter together to launch in August, with the goal of bringing Royalty Free For All to all current-gen consoles. We are still tracking fighter requests at royaltyfreeforall.com/wish. And as part of our campaign, we'll be revealing some exciting stretch goals, including 3 new fighters that have been requested by the fans, alongside musical guests David Wise, Grant Kirkhope, and Evelyn Lark. So, be sure to follow Royalty Free For All everywhere you can online. And please, please, please wishlist this and every game you see here today. Wishlisting is the #1 thing that helps indie developers thrive. So if you like what you see and the people pouring their hearts into it, please wishlist on Steam. Thank you so much for watching.
Imagine a hand-drawn world full of friends. A world to explore, to collect treasures, and to unravel age-old mysteries. And imagine.
A villain who brings destruction across the land and plunges everything into chaos?
Well, that's when you come in. Ruffy, a bear that can copy and paste textures. With the magic swap, you can change the world and nothing can stop you. Jump into this wonderful adventure and change the world. Ruffy and the Riverside is out now.
All right, friends, we've almost conquered it. The system is almost ours. Steve, any last transmissions?
See, we got one more here. Patching through Patrick from Nintendo Talk. You're live.
Hello, IndieMania. We are the Slowburn podcast, a cozy game podcast. We have new episodes every single Wednesday on all streaming platforms.
Yes, we cover cozy games. In case you don't know what a cozy game is, don't worry. It can be pretty much anything. Whether you like a farming sim game, a puzzle game, an adventure game, anything that's kind of casual or cozy, we love to cover on our show.
So check out these upcoming cozy games.
This is Fading Serenades, a cozy adventure game where you'll get to hike, jump, and climb to traverse the treacherous terrain of the island to help villagers deliver parcels and complete their tasks and requests. You'll deliver packages, letters, tools, and various things around the island. You'll also get to know the island's inhabitants. They might be reserved in the presence of strangers, but help them enough and they might just open up to you. You'll also have to explore the island by running around, jumping, and balancing over beautiful rivers and creeks, and even climbing over various obstacles. Overall, you'll get to experience a story of vanishing traditions, a missing scientist, and an unfolding mystery, serenading a quieter life the island calls. And you can play the free demo right now.
Imagine a game that goes beyond exploration, where you create a story that's uniquely yours. A world where cozy AI companions wait by the fireside, ready to tell you captivating stories. They solve puzzles by your side, and they want to embark on grand adventures with you. As you build relationships with your companions, they come to understand you. They remember your preferences and the memories you've made together. Because this isn't just another quest. It's a glimpse into a new reality that only you can create. Your adventure begins now. Are you ready?
Green Again is a relaxing colony simulation game that is set in a colorful sci-fi world inhabited by tiny plant people called Sproutlings. There has been an ecological catastrophe and most of the planet is now barren and overrun with defective robots. And it's your job to help overcome the dangers and restore the planet back to its former green state. You'll construct settlements by clearing terrain, vanquishing environmental hazards, and defending your farm from bots. By unlocking creative mode, you can decorate to your heart's content, making your colony happy, and building without limits. Reveal hidden areas on the map to find new decorations, resources, and more ground for building and planting. But most of all, keep the Sproutlings happy and well fed by gathering resources and tactically placing farms and other buildings while researching more advanced technologies and upgrades. The demo for Green Again is now available on Steam.
Hi, my name is Miriam Teakley, and I am voicing Foxy in the upcoming game Widow.
Let me tell you a story about the summer after I just finished elementary school.
My parents were really busy then, so they sent me off to stay with a distant relative who lived in the country. After living in the big city my whole life, farm villages just felt so small and miserable. And the worst thing, there was no Wi-Fi anywhere.
I think a game like Widow is really going to be able to impact players in a really positive way, especially now with the world being as crazy as it is and everybody going through their own struggles as well. There's world struggles, but there's also lots of personal struggles. I think it's nice to have that place of escapism and somewhere that can feel really calming. And actually this game it could be close to sort of a meditation feel, I think, because it's so soft and it speaks about nostalgia. And I always think that sometimes when we're having a tough time, thinking about your wonderful memories about being a child and even, funny memories, it can really just transport you and you can start laughing again or smiling again like how you once did. So I think it will really unlock a lot of wonderful memories for people in a wonderful way.
Welcome to Widow. This is a cozy, story-driven game about my happiest memory, summer in the countryside. I used to be such a city girl, always online, always busy. Spending my whole summer in a forsaken village? No thanks. But here I am, surrounded by a gang of geese, clearly thinking they're the biggest deal around here. But who had been feeding them so well? Perhaps a goose grandma who always says they're too skinny? I had to fight a sneaky goat every day from my own backpack, cheered on by the laughter of the tiny yellow goslings. But, everything changed when I met Ben.
Cupaclaw is a roguelike deck-building claw machine game. Grab, sell, and customize prizes in order to take on increasingly expensive new machines, until you manage to recover Morris's lost engagement ring. Get rich by grabbing and selling prizes starting from the cheapest machines, but beware of the traps. Let's stick to the prizes. You don't want to end up like this guy. Cupaclaw also features over 70 prizes and effects, which you can add or remove available prizes to build your own combos and win big. Featuring 20 plus challenging claw machines, you will have plenty to do in this very cute and unique game. Spend your earnings wisely though, as some items can greatly increase your score. It's all about the score. Even if you fail though, hopefully Cupaclaw will have you saying, let's just do one more run. You can check out Cupaclaw's demo right now on Steam.
We hope you enjoyed seeing those cozy game titles. We are the Slowburn podcast. Thank you so much, IndieMania, for having us. And we've got one more cozy game title. Check it out here.
Hey, my name is Vince with Interim Games. Big thanks to Mike, Paul, Steve, and everyone with IndieMania for putting this event together again. I'm excited to see the other games that people have to show. I'm still hard at work on the game I showed last year, and that's Revenge, but today I want to talk about another project, Zombies Overloaded. It's a top-down arcade shooter inspired by old-school games like Smash TV, with a slow build that turns into total mayhem. The whole game leans on a comic book art style with action text pop-ups and overhead announcer calling the chaos. You start with a pistol, but you pick everything up from flamethrowers to space blasters while you're mowing down waves of zombies. Every 5 waves, a zombie boss shows up, like a giant shield-wielding zombie or a massive zombie that hurls a mace at you. There are upgrades, skins, achievements, but it's all about chasing your high score. Thanks to Brainium Games, Zombies Overloaded is launching June 27th on Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PS4, and PS5. Brainium Games has brought a dream of mine to life, and I'm very excited to finally share that game with everybody. To celebrate IndieMania and my first console release, I'm going to be giving away a collector's edition for anyone watching today. It's going to include a full comic book, box art, a card game, and custom Joy-Cons, so you can use your Nintendo Switch to play it. Check us out on X to find out how to enter. Zombies Overloaded is available today on Steam as a free demo. You can also upgrade to the full version same day as consoles on June 27th. Thanks for watching, and take a look at the trailer.
Hello. Hello. We are Whitetail Games. Our game design philosophy is simple. Fluff first. We're currently developing Switcheroo, a 2D puzzle platformer starring Jade, a kangaroo, who has color-switching powers. In creating the game's core mechanic, we took inspiration from the red-blue panels in Super Mario Galaxy 2. In that game, if you performed the spin move, the panels would flip over from the red side to the blue side, changing where the solid ground was. We took this basic idea of colors affecting game objects further to create all sorts of new contraptions, such as fans, whose color determines the way the wind blows, conveyors, whose speed and direction are affected by color, and potted plants, who grow when their color is active and wither when it is not. In addition to featuring a story mode, the game also has a fully fledged online level editor where you can create and upload your own levels. This was inspired by the Super Mario Maker series, which provides nearly infinite hours of content with just a small set of tools. We look forward to seeing how players will use color to solve the game's many challenges and puzzles, and we especially look forward to seeing what others will make with the level editor. With that being said, thanks for watching, and we hope you will enjoy the trailer.
Maria is a village girl with many virtues.
Okay, I'm up. I could have slept all day.
A Spanish girl with a dream.
Where are you going so late?
I'm heading out to investigate the legends of Castile so I can become a nun. Oh, you wouldn't believe why.
Who will embark on a challenging journey across Castile.
Hey, do not bite me.
I'll give you one more chance to show me some respect, but this is the last time.
In a folk point-and-click adventure, requiring all your wit and imagination.
Hey, what have you done with the ingredients?
We have improved them.
Waxheart is an atmospheric horror 3D platformer where you play as a little boy made of wax with a lantern for a heart, journeying through a sunless world full of monsters and mysteries. The light from your lantern heart helps you find the way through the darkness, but also alerts monsters to your presence. As you explore, you discover the terrible fate of the world and the role you play in it.
tower has risen, born from the memories of those who will be our ruin, the messengers of the end. Among them, 2 hold our fate in their hands. A man cursed with eternal life, a girl who bears the calamity with her, and one shall decide if we rise or fall.
Come on, fragments of death! This ends now!
Disappear with the lights!
Finis omnis existentia!
Thanks, Patrick. Paul, the belt.
Decrypted it, Mike. Here's the IndieMania Belt digital file.
To our amazing friends, thank you for fueling this revolution. Now, to release the last file.
Hounded is a dog adventure game set in a flintlock fantasy world gripped by tyranny. You are Duke, a determined young border collie who is searching for their lost master, the leader of the rebellion. Hounded by a cunning hunter, can you track the scent, unearth the power of the tide, and find your way home? Say hello to the little Duke, or just Duke for short. Once a royal puppy, Duke isn't your usual protagonist. He is loyal, smart, extremely stubborn, and will do whatever it takes to protect the ones he loves. We have built our gameplay around key dog verbs, providing the most authentic dog experience. You will run, leap, and climb your way through the world, following scent trails that lead to points of interest, secrets, and narrative moments trapped in time, called imprints. Interacting with puzzling Tesla Punk technology will unlock new areas to discover. And yes, you can mark your territory.
Hounded is set in the fictional island nation of Anglodia, inspired by 18th century Britain. We pose the question, what if the early discovery of electricity empowered a cruel regime to suppress and control the population, tarnishing the beautiful countryside with oppressive machinery? This is a story about intrigue, rebellion, and the bond between a dog and his master.
At Imprint, we have a huge passion for narrative games that resonate. Unforgettable worlds, memorable moments, and charming characters that stick with you forever. This, combined with our love for dogs, led us towards the development of Hounded and Duke.
We're a small but experienced team of developers and gamers. Our team has collectively worked on titles such as The Lego Hobbit, Killzone Shadowfall, Star Citizen, and The Dark Pictures, to name a few, and we're bringing all of that experience to Hounded.
We are only at the beginning of Duke's journey, and would love for you to be a part of it. Thank you for your support.
Mission complete. Mike, Paul, and Steve have released every indie trailer and uncovered the legendary IndieMania Championship belt, the crown jewel of indie glory. But the story isn't over. The belt awaits its champion, and only you can decide who earns it.
IndieMania 2025, presented by Hyperkin, has elevated the indie revolution. These developers have shared their world with us today. Each won a nominee for the IndieMania Game of the Year Championship Belt Award, crafted by the exceptional ARM Championship Belts. This revolution is driven by creators and fans like you, and I'm honored to stand at its heart.
Every developer who poured their soul into this show, your courage and creativity truly light the way.
What's next? Support these incredible developers. Play their games when they're released. We'll soon announce the voting phase where you can vote for your favorite game, and the winner will be revealed at our first IndieMania Game Awards. Stay tuned to our socials for more details.
To my incredible co-hosts, Paul Gale and Steve Zimmerman, thank you for bringing your passion to the show. To every developer who poured their soul into the show, your courage inspires us all. A heartfelt thanks to ARM Championship Belt, the visionary and crafters behind the IndieMania Championship Belt, for creating a symbol that truly honors the indie spirit. To our show sponsors, Hyperkin, your support has made this show possible. Thank you for championing indie games. To content creators and our amazing streamers who have amplified these developers to our incredible audience. Your voices have strengthened this movement, and we are incredibly grateful. See you at the first IndieMania Game of the Year Awards. Until then, never give up and journey on.